Good morning if you're on the West Coast. Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. And how are you? Oh, and I don't want to forget the Midwest. Good afternoon to you too. How is everybody doing on a fired up style Monday? Boom, right there. Right there.
Yes.
There's the new fired up logo for everybody. We are fired up about the logo. We are fired up about Monday. We are fired up about a lot of things. And listen, if you're watching, I appreciate you joining. Facebook, Fed Nation, LinkedIn, YouTube, we're here for you. And
just checking the mic. You're good.
Checking the mic, we're good. All right, we're excited. We're excited today. We're fired up about the comeback. What the hell is the comeback? Well, what is the comeback?
Well, we were so excited to see all these kids walking home from school.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, our building here in New Jersey is in a residential area, the only business around like this. And there's a high school that's not so far away. So there's a few blocks away, there's the big main high school. And we're seeing kids walk home from school right now. We haven't seen that in over a year. It's pretty cool to see. I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of like,
it is very odd.
I'm like, wow, look at all these people out walking. I'm like, wait a second, these are kids walking home from school. It was pretty nice to see, actually.
Taz says hire those kids.
Hire those kids. I'm going to hire them, actually. We're going to be going to talk to these kids very soon when we set something up. But check it out. Check it out. The New Jersey Governor, Phil Murphy, NJ to drop most COVID restrictions on May 19th. Restaurants, indoor capacity limits eliminated, but social distancing rules do remain in effect. But I think that's going to have to go to each establishment, make sure that they're paying attention to what their customers and patrons are doing and making sure that everybody is maintaining that distance so we don't regress back. We still got to be responsible, regardless of how you feel about the state of the world. If we want to open back up, let's just do what we got to do. So I don't think masks are going away anytime soon. I mean, listen, I'm over the mask. I only wear it respectfully where I have to. And yeah, so New Jersey will join New York and Connecticut in eliminating many of the biggest coronavirus restrictions on May 19th, including capacity limits at restaurants, outdoor gathering caps, though indoor mask and social distancing rules will remain, the state's governor announced Monday morning. Restaurants, gyms, personal services, movie theaters, stores, museums, amusement parks, all allowed to operate without set capacity limits for the first time in more than a year. The comeback will be greater than the setback, I promise you. So get ready. If you're in New Jersey, if you're in New York, if you're in Connecticut, and you've been weathering the storm and you're making it through, you're saying, we got this, we're going to make it, we're going to do it, let's just hold on a little longer. You're there. You are there. The end is in sight. The light at the end of the tunnel is coming. So keep working, keep pushing, keep going, and May 19th.
So you were talking about something before that actually reminded me of our superstar Lori. Yeah. So Lori shared something with me a little while ago. It was a book called All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. Has she spoken to you about that?
She mentioned it to me, yeah. I never looked at it, though.
It's really awesome, actually. So it's share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess, don't take things that aren't yours, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, wash your hands before you eat, flush, live a balanced life, learn some and think some. Learn some and think some. Okay. And watch out for traffic.
Yeah. Are those golden rules? I mean, those are the golden rules. Yeah. Maybe we should find a place for that on the new Fed site.
Possibly.
Maybe that's part of the group rules when you join.
I like that.
I mean, virtually.
It might be copywritten because it was a book that was written by somebody.
We're not looking to sell it. We just want to. We'll give credit where credit's due. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, those are some pretty good golden rules, though, to live by.
To the point of opening things back up.
Yeah, I agree.
Just do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and listen, be good to each other, bottom line. And I think we see a lot of that in the industry, and proud to be part of it. So good news there. Fired up logo we mentioned. And Lisa and Janine here, we just got out of a Fed conference meeting.
I put up the wrong banner.
He's not here today. But I hope you're doing, wherever you are, Ryan, I hope you're doing well. And you're starting your week off right. We were just talking more about Fed conference. And listen, planning the first one was very interesting to navigate. Never put on an event or conference before. A tremendous amount of detail goes into this stuff, and it takes time and it takes effort, and not easy, especially when you're getting the ball rolling here as we are. And there's some hurdles to jump through. We are putting together these sponsor packets. I have people asking me crazy about these sponsor packets, what they include, what do I get, how much, all these different things. We're working on it. We are working on it diligently.
We're in a much better place today than we were
yes.
last week.
The only problem we have right now is the venue. So, of course, many of you watching know I did take a trip to Arizona. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in Arizona. Scottsdale area, beautiful. Couple of things aren't working out. We're trying to work some things. We want to make sure that it's all very attractive when we put this out to you guys, and the pricing and all this stuff can sit well for everybody to do these things. So we're taking a little extra time and care on this, but we'll get it together. I had mentioned that at some point in May, by the end of May, we'll have it released. And when you look back, Lisa, by the way, and I think I mentioned this already, but when you look back to when this all started, I was in NRA May 2019. May 2019, NRA, May 17th, May 18th, whatever it was, mid-May.
Okay.
Had a dinner, 20 people in a room, Hobart, Magali, United Service Technologies, Roger, Coker team, Deb was there. We had, a lot of different people, Joe Ferry, Pasenga Ferry, reps, dealers, everybody in the room. Rich, how do we go viral? Rich, blah, 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 all this stuff, all this media stuff. We started to talk. As we talked it out at this dinner, it was like, we need to get everyone in the room together. We want to go viral. It's got to be together, but we got to get people collectively on the same mindset of what needs to be done. And the birth of we left, and I was like, we got to put a conference on. So we went back. We did what we had to do. I flew down to Miami, and then I flew down again, and then I flew down again because it just wasn't panning out, wasn't working out. So 3 times to Miami before we actually locked in the venue. And that's just what it took. And we got that together. And by the summer, I think it took almost until July before we released anything. And from July until February, we sold 70 tickets. We got sponsorships from amazing companies in the industry like Bardstown Heritage, Magali, Hobart, Pasenga Ferry, United Service Technologies, Alpha Omega Repair. The list goes on. And at the time, there was a different turbo system. Now it was Appify. Appify jumped in and helped and sponsored and made it possible. So we're way ahead of the curve right now. We're looking to get this going for 2022. Right now, it seems to be March 2022, but listen, don't save the date yet. We're still working on it. I'll keep you informed. So I wanted to give a little update on that. Now, my man Quentin, over on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook in the Digital Disruptor group, you didn't see this, you have no idea what's going on. My phone is really acting up today, man. I don't know.
Gotta get a Google Pixel.
Yeah, well, this is brand new, basically. And it's just all slow. Everything. Every app I go into just doesn't want to work.
Need my phone? I'll look it up.
No.
You got it?
So, Quentin. He said, Rich Malky, is this the kind of stuff that gets you fired up like myself? While not totally unreasonable, still just unnecessary if you partner with the right people to begin with. So I don't know if we could, if we want to do a shared screen in the food equipment group. Right?
Sure. I'll find it.
So we're talking about, still standard time allowances for warranty replacements on parts. There's no manufacturers mentioned. We're not doing that. Basically, everything here is an hour and a half tops to do stuff. Some things are an hour, some things are a half hour. So let's just say this. That's it, yeah.
Okay.
So let's just say this. You pay your technician $35 an hour, $40 an hour. You already have decreased rates. Let's say $80 an hour. Let's say you pay 80% of a platinum health plan for your employees, for your technicians. Let's say that you have a gas and gas card and Easy Pass on every van. Let's say that you do a 4% employer match, up to 4% for the 401k. Let's say that you give generous PTO. Let's factor in all those things. Let's say you stock a lot of inventory and pay a lot out for training. When you start to look at this, it costs about $70 to get a technician to site, and I'm getting $80 an hour. Now, then you look and you see this. By the way, this is what the service companies. This is what they're not happy about. That's why you see all this chatter in the Fed group, because while the world has changed and everything's changed, this hasn't. And I think that's where they're looking to get. And I think that's what we could do. We can create impactful change here together, positively, keeping our partnership strong and understanding what's at stake here. You know, call it whatever you will, but you know, the steel trades, there is a gap. There's an issue here. You know, we don't have as many guys come in as we do going out, and it's a problem. And it's getting pricier and pricier to keep these guys on the road. And guess what? They know it. These men and women are not stupid. They know it. They know what their worth is. They know what they can do. They know what they can get away with. They know. You gonna fault them for that? I'm not. That's America. That's capitalism. We're all in business. There just has to be a better understanding, I think, from both sides on what it costs to run, you know, to pay warranty, on what it costs for us to operate and service these calls under warranty. I think that we're all reasonable and fair businessmen and women in this industry to understand what losses look like and what they do to affect the company that you have as your ASA. You know, for this, you know, listen, this is just some Quentin posted this, so this is just, you know, what he's looking at. And again, no manufacturers, no nothing is here. I don't know who this is. I don't need to know who this is. Another heating element, they're saying the change time is an hour, test time is a half hour. So you got 1.5 hours to get her done. Okay. So what happens when you walk into a busy national chain and there's 8 people on the line and some are doing prep, some are cooking on the grill behind you, some are doing all these different things, and you have to stop every 5 minutes. And now all of a sudden there's 30 minutes in stop time and all these different things. And then what happens when getting that element out wasn't as easy as we thought because things are greased up and rusted and all these other different real world scenarios. Now we're at 2 hours. It's like, well, they're only paying us for an hour and a half. So realistically, if you're putting these timestamps on jobs, do you think that here's the question: is it okay for the service company to put to abide by that timestamp and leave? You said I got an hour and a half. I get to an hour and a half and I'm not done. I leave because that's all you're paying me for. And I'll go to a customer that's going to pay me every minute for every job that I do. Why would I do this? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. If you're putting these time things in place, then I should abide by these to on my end. Another order, 1 hour, half hour test time, and then that's it. So I call my tech and I go, hey, put your phone on, hour and a half. If you're not done, leave. We're just abiding by what you're paying. So I should keep my tech there for 3 hours and pay him $40 an hour plus all the other stuff that goes into it at $80 an hour and take a $200 loss on every job? How does that make sense?
It doesn't. It does not make sense.
So this is the conversations that need to begin to really unravel and happen in the industry. And we're bringing that through Fed Nation. We're bringing that through the Food Equipment Digital Disruptor Group because there's many levels to what we are and to what the people in this industry and community are. You know, Fed Nation is comprised of reps and dealers and servicers and consultants and facilities managers and manufacturers, everything. So there needs to be a factual and truthful and open, honest discussion on these things, you know, and I'd love to make a panel about this. You know, I was talking last week about what these panels might deal with someone over on the West Coast, and you know, she was in agreement that we should definitely get a panel together with different pieces of the industry and get people understanding. And then listen, we're gonna be filming all this stuff. We're gonna be putting this content out. People are gonna see it. We're gonna get the videos on the Fed site, on YouTube. We're gonna be pumping this stuff out. People are gonna see it. This is how we're gonna educate. This is how we're gonna change the game. Because service, is a very, very key factor in all of the sales process. And we talked about the sales process last week, and it's great. Sell, sell, sell. We're all about that. We love that. We love seeing the new equipment out there. That means people are back to buying. It's exciting, right? The comeback. But then you say, I get a half hour to change a proof or heating element. So XYZ Tech, guess what? You're on the clock, 30 minutes. You don't get it done, button it up. I got another call for you. They're paying me $125 an hour. I'm going to get full price on part. I'm going to make 35% margin. Where are you going, Lisa?
I'm going to that 35% margin.
And you know why? Because you have to pay your employees, because you have to pay your $200,000 health insurance bill,
Yep.
because you have to pay your gas and your tolls and your inventories and all the other miscellaneous items. And then you're not, guess what? Oh, a van went down. Now I got to buy a new van. Oh, guess what? This guy needs a new tool for this, but we have to buy uniforms. And because let me tell you something. When you sit down and you peel back the layers of what it costs to operate a service company in 2021, it's not what it used to be. I sat here in 99 with my dad. I sat here in 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. I can count.
What comes after 05?
I don't even know. I don't even know. But it was different. It really was different. The margins were different. The world was operating different as far as the industry, I mean. There was territories, different things. It was just all different. See, and all that changed, but this stuff didn't. The service guy still has to put on, we're rolling out new. The service guy still has to put $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 of inventory on the shelf. He's never going to sell it. He's never going to sell it. Those days are over. We don't sell parts anymore. We're hyper focused on service and customer care and installations and maintenance. The parts game is just not a thought anymore. Now, we want to sell the parts to our customers. Don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about, we have a lot of over-the-counter sales here, Lisa. We used to do over $1 million a year as a small business here.
Wow.
We used to ship 30 boxes a day out the back door. We used to have walk-ins. I mean, we were doing, I think I remember we did like 1.5, 1.6 just in part sales in the mid-2000s, early on 2000s and stuff. Gone are those days, never to return. The internet is here forever. Parts distribution game changed forever. Forever. Do you know what that's from?
I feel like I do. But
Give me a hint. The Great Bambino.
Great Bambino. I don't know. The Sandlot?
There you go.
Yes?
Sandlot.
That's what I was thinking
I used
too.
to watch that probably 3 times a day in the summer of '92. whenever it came out. Oh, I love that. I used to want to be Benny. You're killing me, Smalls. So, yeah, I mean, Clinton has a right to be fired up about this, and I'm not saying these things to be childish or, like, we'll just leave. I mean, obviously, we're not going to just leave because we care about the customer. We'll have to come back to the back end and fight. We'll have to fight for the dollar. I don't want to fight anymore, and I don't think any of these service companies want to fight for their money. I almost look at it like thievery in a sense that I got to pay my tech for 3 hours, but you're only going to pay me for an hour and a half. I can't go to my tech and say, hey, listen, this XYZ said they're only paying an hour and a half. I'm going to deduct an hour and a half out of your check. You know what he'll tell me to do in plain English?
I'm not.
Go myself. You can't curse on LinkedIn. Come on. But he will.
Yeah, he might even walk out on you.
He'll leave. It'll be over. That'll be that. And by the way, I don't want to do that, and I won't do that because the guy worked. He worked. How dare somebody devalue these hours, man? That pisses me off. It fires me up. So thank you, Quentin. Quentin bringing stuff to the table here. It's all got to change. Listen, again, this is all about bringing things to light that are usually kept on the hush, and I'm bringing it to light and I'm talking about it. And listen, maybe you hate me. I don't know. Maybe you love me. Maybe you're somewhere in the middle. That comes with the territory. I know that. It is what it is. Just know that my heart is good and my intent is good, and I really want to bring service companies back in the game where they're able to be profitable across all levels. I'm not saying that we're not profitable because of this, but we want to stay strong and healthy. And when you downplay all this, it cuts into what we're trying to do. You want us to be strong and healthy for you, don't you? So we need to make sure. And I'm not saying you have to be street rate, regular rate, profitable. But there's got to be a place where we meet. Taking 10% losses and 15% losses and 5% losses or breaking even. Come on. Do you wake up in the morning and do that for your company? I don't care if you're the biggest boy and girl on the block, biggest company on the block. You are not looking to wake up to take losses. That's not what we're doing here. And my obligation is to the people that put the logo on every day. Make sure that I'm getting paid for their work, so they have a place to continue to come every day. And I know that these people that come here are dedicated and they love coming here. They love it. And I'm going to make sure that that's going to be the case for the next 50, 60 years until I go into retirement at 90, and that'll be it. I got a long tenure ahead of me here. I'm not even 40 yet. Trying to make things happen, people. Let's do this.
I have a feeling you'll never let me retire either. If you're retiring at 90.
Well, no, you're 10 years younger than me, so you can retire at
80.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I think that's
What, are you
fine.
gonna sit home and paint through some art?
I gotta drink my rose water.
Well, you better drink your rose water. You better.
So I can live to 80.
So, fired up on a Monday. Another weekend in the books. It is May 2021. I bet you thought it was never coming. Summer is here, and as fast as it comes, as fast as it's going to go.
Yep.
So we do got to make it count. And remember, as I leave you on this fired up, remember, it's always impossible until it's done. It's always impossible until it's done. Bet Nation is here to invoke change for the positive. Stay fired up, and I'll see you on Tuesday.